Why, hello. Now I'd like to advise you to send the little ones out of the room due to some coarse language. And please turn off all mobile devices at this time. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the following short picture. An uneducated civilization is vulnerable. For nearly 30 years, Kentucky and Indiana have debated whether or not to build the bridges. One man has set out to join the discussion, and although you may disagree with his presentation, we know his intentions to be good. He enters the discussion with no ties to politics or business, but simply as a father and a concerned citizen. He does this not for the glorification of himself. Instead, nobly and courageously, he makes this sacrifice for the preservation and progress of his native land. It is a great truth that industry, commerce, and security are the surest roads to the happiness and prosperity of a people. Thomas Jefferson. Some have called him a rogue insider, a radical. But the truth is,
I'm just a mother gets done.
Once again at this time, we'd like to ask you to please silence all mobile devices. Thank you.
Get him. Brick Van Hoos? He don't know the scoop like Benny knows the scoop. I give you 2 scoops. Let me ask you, have you been on the Kennedy Bridge lately? You got potholes everywhere. You drive underneath, you got concrete falling off, rebar exposed. This shit's getting ridiculous. Engineers are estimating the bridge is gonna be functionally and structurally deficient in 10 years. Maybe sooner. That's gonna cause weight limitation. What's UPS gonna do? Pack up and leave? Now, I'm not trying to scare people. Honestly, I'm not. But we all saw what happened in 2007 in Minneapolis. That's why when I'm crossing the Kennedy Bridge, whether it be getting fireworks, the strip club, going to the casino, I take precautions. Hold on, girls. We're going over to Kennedy. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about building a bridge in the East End and building a bridge downtown, right beside the Kennedy, and then rearranging Spaghetti Junction. It is important for the people to understand this is not a political issue. We've got Indiana Republican Governor Mitch Daniels, you've got Kentucky Democratic Governor Steve Beshear, and you have Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher already on board, ready to go. We need the public support to keep this moving. The Federal Highway Administration Record of Decision was issued in 2003. We're in the front of the line now. We've waited our turn. This is the time to act. If we don't, we're going to be having the same discussion in another 15 years. Most people don't know this, but there's been 450 public meetings and a 5-year federal environmental study. That's a lot of time and money. Like any other concerned citizen, I had questions. So I organized a meeting down at the Bristol. Me, Daniels, Beshear, Fish, and we talked about it. Beshear, he told me, "Now, Benny, you gotta try them chocolate chip waffles. They are the And indeed they were. They were good. The two governors and the mayor are trying to get this done as cheap as possible. They assured me they've already cut $1.2 billion from the project, and they're trying to cut more. Now, when the Kennedy opened, they didn't even have a name for it until 2 weeks before. We're not waiting that long. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out. It's gonna be called Kentuckiana Breezeway. Both of them. You got the downtown Kentuckiana Breezeway and the East End. Now, I've heard chatter here and there. Somebody even threw out the Dick Cheney Memorial Bridge. It's no way in hell we're gonna have a Dick Cheney Memorial Bridge in Louisville and Indiana that connects the two. Now, throughout the interview, I might be calling them the Kentuckiana Breezeway. That's just out of habit. I apologize. East End Bridge. It's gonna connect the Gene Snyder Freeway to the Lee Hamilton Highway, completing I-265's loop around the Louisville, southern Indiana metro area. Due to a historic piece of land in the East End, referred to as the Drummond Estate, they're gonna have to build a tunnel. Now, I haven't heard of any names being thrown out yet, but for conversation's sake, let's just call it the Diane Sawyer Canal. It would honor her in a very dignified way. The current plan calls for construction to be completed on the East End Bridge before construction begins on the downtown bridge. Now, the downside of this project is 96 people will lose their homes because of the East End Bridge being built. Now, honestly, if I had time, I'd sit down with all of them. We have a big old shrimp dinner, and I'm busy as I can't. But we need to respect these people because their sacrifice is for the greater good. In the Diane Sawyer Canal, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be roomy. It's gonna be traffic flowing both ways. It's gonna be a lit up tunnel on the inside. See? Your way through straight to the breezeway. Now, the downtown bridge, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna have 6 lanes, shoulders on both sides. The main purpose of that is to accelerate traffic flow. The Kennedy Bridge was built in 1963 for $10 million. They was anticipating 80,000 cars a day. Now it's up to 120,000 cars a day. By the time this project's over, it can be up to 160,000 cars a day. That's twice as much as what they expected. They also said 4,000 of those were trucks carrying freight. Now it's up to 12,000. The situation's getting heavy. I don't know if you've been on the damn thing lately, but you get in a wreck, you be all wedged up. Ain't got no damn shoulders. None. So you want to talk about the tolls? We could talk about the tolls. Hold on. Oh. Hey, what's up, Gov? What's going down? Man. Nah, I'm just putting out some good information about these bridges. Hey, listen, I was calling you earlier. No. Is your old lady around? Jane! What's up, baby? Hey, listen. Put the cookies in my mailbox. All right. I'll talk to you soon. See. Now, people talk about taxes, and then they talk about tolls. But the important thing is, you gotta have a financial plan to begin with. You gotta start somewhere. Now, that doesn't mean the plan can't change or evolve over time. Personally, I'm in favor of tolls. They said they was gonna set the toll price about $1. $1's fair. I don't believe in the whole tax situation. We should only tax the people that are gonna be on the bridge. There's a perception going around that tolls are gonna make things worse, slow down traffic. Not true. Back in 1929, when the 2nd Street Bridge was first built, they had tolls. That's how it got paid for. People need to understand we're in a modern society. Electronic tolling, open road tolling. Drive now, pay later.
We got Governor Daniels on the phone.
Tell him I'll deal with that later.
He said it's urgent.
I'll deal with that shit later. Now, we're gonna have a vote on the name. Now, I don't think there's gonna be a smoother name than the Kentucky and the Breezeway, but I want you to log on to our website, bforbridges.com. Give me your slickest, best name for the bridge. You know, I care about Louisville. This is where I grew up. This is where I'm from. Sometimes I sit around and I dream about what Louisville could be. Watching other cities, other states, Indianapolis, Nashville, Missouri, Atlanta, all grow to something way bigger than what Louisville is, what Louisville could be. We don't have a NBA team, an NFL team, no sports teams, no nothing. We're stuck in the AAA. When I think about this bridge project and the lives it could affect, they say this project could bring in over 4,000 jobs. 1,000 of those being permanent. Maybe you could put Uncle Elroy back to work, get JoJo out of the pool hall. Shit, I don't know. Now, as I imagine Diane Sawyer's Canal, the East End Breezeway, and the Downtown Breezeway, I know this is going to be very promising for my children's future. We've bickered for so long, and fought and bickered some more. And all we needed was a voice. A voice. We've got a voice now. If we come together as a community, we're unstoppable. We're stronger than any bridge that could ever be built. What it boils down to is, you're either for progress or you against it. If you against it, get the out of this region. Louisville KY. That's where I'm from.
It is now safe to reactivate your mobile devices. I would like to personally thank you for watching this presentation. If you would like more information, please visit our website at bforbridges.com. Good day.